need water? You good?
I think my guy's going to give me some water.
All right, we'll wait.
We don't have to wait, man. I don't want anybody waiting on me. You don't have to wait on me.
It's a few seconds.
I appreciate you. Thank you. My voice is sore. Thank you.
On behalf of Northwestern University, we'd like to welcome you all to the Midwest Regional at the United Center here in Chicago, Illinois. We are joined by Providence head coach Ed Cooley. We'll start with an opening statement and go to questions. Before you ask, please get the attention of our microphone holders, Taylor and Marcus. And before you ask your question, please state your name and affiliation for the transcription services.
Well, it feels amazing to be here at the United Center, the building Mike built. I can't believe I'm sitting in this building. Also to have a Friar grad as the head coach of the Bulls, and Billy Donovan, inspired by him. Proud to be a member of the Big East Conference and, you know, the year that the Big East had, and really wishing Villanova the best of luck. But just an opportunity for Providence College men's basketball and the school to be on this stage. I think our players have had a tremendous season. We're excited about our matchup. I think we've had enough time, both Kansas and our team, to scout, to kind of get familiar with one another. And I think it's just a great opportunity. And I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more anxious and stressed at the same time to be representing Providence College and the Big East Conference. So should be a great matchup. Our players are hungry. Our players are eager. Our players are really, really inspired. And we're 40 minutes away from another opportunity.
We're opening it up to questions.
Ed, over here, it's Kevin McNamara. Ed, I'm curious, you talk about the blue bloods an awful lot. You use that term over and over again. Kansas certainly falls into that category. You don't usually get a chance to play many of them, besides obviously Villanova. What about this opportunity?
I think it's a great opportunity. And again, the reason we don't play the blue bloods is because they don't want to come to the Dunkin' Donuts Center. Let's call it exactly what it is. And we would love that opportunity and embrace that opportunity. It's great. It's great for our school. And again, they are the blue blood. I know they're a win away from the all-time wins in the history of our game, and they've earned that. Coach Self is a Hall of Fame coach, great players, great staff. It's a challenge, a great challenge that we are prepared for, but an opportunity to play against a number one seed, it's just something that, just stuff that you dream about. And we're living that dream and hopefully continue to dream it big.
On the left.
Zach Boyer from the Lawrence Journal-World.
Hi, Zach.
How you doing, Ed? When you got a bunch of these guys here the last couple of years who have transferred into this program, they've all said in the last few days they joined Providence to win. And when they were coming here, you guys hadn't been in the tournament for a while. What was your message to them on the recruiting trail to get them to believe that winning here was possible?
I want to correct that narrative. When the COVID season hit in 2020, we were one of the best teams in America. I think we won 8 out of 10. We won 5 consecutive top 25 games. So really, we've been removed from the tournament for a year. And obviously, last year wasn't the year we wanted. Our players want to come here and compete to try to win as big as they can. They believe, they trust. I think a lot of recruits in America don't know the resources. They don't know the energy and passion that's in our city for our men's basketball team. And again, when they feel that and when they see that and when they witness that, they say, wow, I just didn't know. So a lot of the times when you're in the portal and you're recruiting, it comes down to trust. And so many times in today's world, everybody looks at name. They look at, what's been done in the past. My job as the head coach at Providence College is to inspire people to come and trust us to get to the point where we're at right now, and that's what these players have believed in.
In the front and the right.
Brendan McGear, Pawtucket Times, Woonsocket Call. Ed,
Hey, Brendan.
great to see you.
Great to see you.
Just you put out on social media this morning about the Patriots sending out a plane. I know you're not involved in those decisions per se, but just the appreciation you have of an NFL team looking out for a college in the region to help get their support staff here.
Absolutely. I had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Kraft last night before I went to dinner. Ironically, I went to dinner with Frank Mara, who is part of the Giants organization. I got the call when we were together, so I thought that was kind of funny. But at the same time, it's New England teams support New England teams. And then to do that, our families are able to come, our donors are able to come, our supporters are able to come. So, I mean, that's something that I really appreciate him looking out for us because, given how many, planes are being used for the NIT, for the NCAA tournament, just was limited. And, for Steve Napolillo, who's our future AD, to have the connection to that, it's about relationships. So I just really appreciate some Friar fans coming to this incredible game that's going to be played tomorrow.
In the middle, slightly on the left.
Hey, Coach Shea Boulevard, JayhawksLand.com. I'm just wondering, in watching Kansas and scouting, maybe what jumps out about them and kind of what do you like about the matchup and anything that concerns you maybe about the matchup?
Well, everything concerns me. I'm a coach. Abaji jumps out, Braun jumps out, McCormick jumps out, Bill Self jumps out, Superman jumps out. There's a lot for us to worry about. They're very, very talented. They're very athletic. We kind of mirror one another for round one. McCormick, you have Watson. They stretch the floor. Very, very good driving the ball. A lot jumps out. We've never played. I've never played Kansas. I was an assistant coach when I coached. I think Coach Solf was at Tulsa when I was an assistant at Boston College. I think we played in Puerto Rico, and I think he had a really good player named Cooley, I think his name was. But I mean, I have ultimate respect for what Coach Self has done. The amount of wins, the amount of championships, and it's going to be a tough game. But a lot of things jump out to us that we're going to have to be prepared for.
In the back right.
Eddie, what was the point this year when you felt like maybe you had a chance to do this? Was there a win? Was there a point in the season where you just felt like, okay, you know what, whether it was one against Wisconsin, Texas Tech?
It's a great question, Jeff. I thought our men had a chance when we played, I think it was Texas Tech at home. They are so good defensively, so physical. And I thought our men matched the physicality. We had a game against Butler, and we were down 19. And one of the more profound moments this year for us, we were out of timeouts with maybe 15 minutes left to play. Weren't playing well, and I took a step back. I didn't want to be in the huddle, and I wanted to see what our players were made of because it's really their team. If you play for us, it's your team. I manage you. I don't coach you. We coach and practice. We have to manage the game. And in that situation, I wasn't a good manager. So I let the team talk, and I thought that was the biggest turn in this entire year for Providence College.
Standing in the back left.
Ed, Frank Carpano from NBC 10. I just wanted to follow up on Brendan's question about Bob Kraft, and you had a chance to speak with him. I know you're a huge Patriots fan.
I am.
Can you share what the conversation was?
Well, he just was like, he supports us. He supported a lot of other teams in New England. I told him how much I appreciated Tom Brady. I'm a big Tom Brady fan because he's a winner, and he does everything he can to prepare himself to win and his team to win. And I'm motivated by Tom Brady. I really am. I think he does it the right way, and just had an opportunity to appreciate and thank him. I don't know how many people would do that for a small college, to literally send their custom plane, their logoed plane. And I'm pretty sure a lot of our fans that are going to be on it, they're big Patriot fans. I love football. My team looks like a football team. We're not very pretty.
In the front on the right.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Ed,
Hi, Nicole.
congrats. You guys are going through a unique process of this tournament run where people are picking you as an upset pick in the first round. Now you get a number 1 seed. How psychologically does the team handle that, respond to it, think about it at all, if at all?
I'm pretty sure. Kids have social media and they read everything. I'm sitting here. I've been doubted my whole life. So doubt is just something that I live with and embrace. Doubt is for people who don't know. Doubt is for individuals who think they know. Doubt is for motivation for the team that is being doubted. Doubt got us here. Doubt got me here. Doubt will continue to send our school in a way that nobody ever anticipated. I appreciate doubt. I appreciate people who don't believe. I believe every day I wake up, there's an opportunity to be special. Every day I wake up, try to inspire the group that nobody is better than you for 40 minutes. And if you deliver that message to your men the right way and you inspire them and lead them the right way, unbelievable things could happen. And there's got to be some luck along the way. But in life, I've been doubted my whole life. And everybody who doubted is now watching doubt.
In the front on the left.
Ed, John Fantz of Big East Digital. It's good to see you. Talking with Jeff Battle, your associate head coach, he said, in all the years I've been doing this, I've never had a group that's lower maintenance than this one. And it's 2022. You talked about how kids walk into a gym and think they're the best ever. How unique is it to have a group that is this low maintenance in these times and that does what this group does?
I've been a head coach for 16 years. I've been coaching for 28 years. I've never had a group that has been this connected. I've never had a group that we haven't had one issue off the floor, one issue in the locker room, one issue on the bus, in the hotel. It's been incredible to go through, because, and again, we got 18 to 22 years old, in our case, 18 to 24-year-olds with COVID years, and everybody's older than us. It's been an amazing to watch, see, and feel. And I tell our players, the less distractions you have off the floor, the more success you can have on the floor. If I'm coaching issues, I'm not coaching players. And we haven't had any issues, and it's a reason why we're doing what we're doing. And hopefully we continue to move forward. But I think it's a great question because it's something that I've never been through in my 28 years of coaching.
Over on the right.
Hey, Ed, Jay Cohen, Associated Press. Congrats.
Hey, Jay, how you doing, brother?
Doing well. Kansas, I think the first two rounds holding its opponent to something like 38% shooting. When you look at them on film, does anything jump out at you on what they do defensively that makes them tough to score on?
Number one, they're good. Number two, they're physical. They play somewhat like Villanova off the ball, how they switch and how they communicate. I think they have great length. So we're accustomed to the switching style of which they have. They're very talented, and they should be. They should be talented. They're here. They're in the Sweet 16. This is something that their program is accustomed to. And it's something, as I'm sitting here as a head coach, I'm learning what it is to be in this environment. My kids are learning, our program's learning, and that's part of the process. Yet, that stands out to me. Just defensively, they're really good. They're disruptive. They guard the three-point line really well. We're going to have to really work hard to earn our points. So it's a hell of a challenge, but a great opportunity.
Standing in the back.
Len Jennings with KNBC. Hi, Coach.
Hey, Len.
You mentioned Texas Tech. Do you get something from that game playing against Texas Tech as far as who Kansas is about, or maybe more so from watching them play one of your common opponents in Creighton last week?
Well, Creighton and us don't play the same with respect to, especially with Kalkbrenner when he went down, so there wasn't really a post presence, so to speak. It was more 5-out where they would, go off the bounce, and that was somewhat of a matchup problem because Kaluma is so good off the bounce playing the 5. So we went back. Our staff does a great job. I can't say this enough, and your ADs and search firms are lunching because our staff does a hell of a job and are not recognized enough. And we have put a lot of video together on styles of play and trying to evaluate the styles of play to try to find what we can do offensively and defensively with our execution. So we haven't had an exact opponent. If anything, we have to prepare against ourselves a little bit because that's who we kind of mirror one another in a lot of different ways. Thanks a lot.
In the front here.
Ed, good morning.
Good morning.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Obviously, the games are most important. Tomorrow night's game is most important. But I wonder from an organizational perspective, what type of opportunity this has been with respect to recruiting, with respect to fundraising, and advancing the entirety of the program as you go into this?
I think so many times we as coaches forget that we're not just a coach at school. That's what your contract says. You're an ambassador of the college. And my job is to try to promote the program as well as the college, our city, and state when you have an opportunity to get to this stage. We hope it increases our profile in recruiting. We hope it increases our fundraising and, applications. Again, we're a tuition-driven institution. So anytime you can have a stage like this and promote your school as well as your brand and allow people to find out, I want people to know who we are as people, not as coaches. There's a lot of coaches out there, but I think there's better people. And I think at Providence College, the people there allowed me a chance to speak to you today, and I couldn't be more grateful to the administration.
Standing on the left.
Hey, Coach, Matt Tate from the Journal World in Lawrence. Coach Self said the same thing that you've said about mirroring each other. I wonder if you could quickly talk through the challenges and the advantages or disadvantages that kind of comes with preparing for a team like that, and maybe they see the same thing.
I think anytime you're preparing, you try to see, okay, I coach from the end of the game up. And again, when you're in these close games that we've been very fortunate to be in my entire coaching career, we want a basket when we need it, not when we want it. And how can we get that based on our scouting, based on their style of play? So, it's going to be hard to score on them. It's going to be hard for them to score on us. It's not going to be, 116 to 111, I hope. So again, when you're scouting, you're looking at ways of which you can take advantage, and then you're looking at their strength and try to limit their strengths and play to an identity of which, I like our identity. Actually, I don't love our identity. I love our identity. And hopefully that plays out.
We have one Zoom question. If you could unmute yourself, Dave, and go ahead and ask.
Hi, Coach. Dave Stewart, ESPN Plus, KMBC.
Hi, Dave.
Richmond had been a really good shooting team from beyond the perimeter, Gilliard in particular, and yet you held them to 1 for 23. What was it about the defensive effort in your last game where they did nothing? I mean, it's really a remarkable stat, how ineffective they were beyond 3 points.
In sports, as you know, sometimes there's games where everything clicks. I mean everything. Water doesn't spill on the floor. You're loved by your family. You're not getting cussed out. We had everything go right for us that day. The energy of which we played, the ball went in the basket. I don't know if it was so much of what we did, it just was our day. And we all have been there in sports. Sometimes you're not there, and sometimes you are there, and we picked the right moment to play one of our better games that we've played in a long time. So I don't know if it was anything we did special. I thought our focus was good. I thought our preparation was great. And then when the ball starts going in the basket like that, the game really changes. So I don't know if what we did well, it was Providence College's day.
Final question in the back.
Hi, Coach. David Lawrence from Kansas Radio. Just turn around an earlier question. What makes you a tough matchup for other teams? What's been the advantage that you've been able to acquire in previous games? And just give us a little tidbit about the gentleman that we're going to see next up here on the podium.
Okay, so what makes us unique? I think our game experience. We have a lot of game experience with all those seniors. We have a lot of different conferences that have been represented. And when we went to the transfer portal, when you look at Mania playing in the SEC and Durham in the Big Ten, and Nate and AJ have been with me the whole time. Hawkler, who is emerging, by the minute, at North Florida. I think we have a lot of game experience. And the men that you're going to meet when I get off of here have been absolutely amazing. I love those kids. Honestly, I tear up thinking about them. I appreciate them. Their willingness to be unselfish has been something that not many coaches have. The reason we're here is not because we have a first-round pick or a lottery pick. It's their belief in one another, their unselfishness in one another. You're going to see them smile. You're going to see them appreciate the moment. Our program is about gratitude and appreciation, and if you don't have that, you'll never play for me, because the moment is not about you. It's about us collectively together having a mission that not a lot of people believe in. Not a lot of people believe that we should be here. Guess what, doubters? Providence is in the damn building, and I'm proud of those kids.
Thanks, Coach.
Drop the mic.
One down. We're good. Yeah, good. Thank you for helping. Yeah, we're good. You guys see your labels? They're all labeled. Yeah, good? Sweet. All right, we are joined by 6 Providence student-athletes from your left to right: Nate Watson, Al Durham, Jared Bynum, Noah Horkler, Justin Minaya, and AJ Reeves. We'll go into questions.
Is this okay? Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. I'll give this to Al and Noah. You guys were a pick that people were picking the upset pick in the first weekend. Now you're playing a number 1 seed, and the way that the outside world sees you. How do you guys see that psychologically, and how does the team respond to stuff like that?
We see it as fuel. We've always been the underdog in every game we played so far this year. We've been betted against, looked down upon. So we just use it as fuel to the fire, and that keeps us going. It keeps us working hard, keeps us dedicated, and keeps us locked in. So we use it as fire, if anything else.
In the front right. Oh, sorry, Noah. Could you answer that as well?
Yeah. Just like Al said, we've been underdogs in a lot of games this year. That's kind of been the theme of our season. Like, we've been lucky and we've been winning close games, so we just take every game one game at a time and just try to do our best.
Now in the front right.
Brian McGarrett, Pawtucket Times When Socket Call. This is for Nate and AJ. Coach Cooley was just up here talking about no egos, no issues with this group. I'm just wondering, with you two being the ones who played the most games here, how much is that a source of pride for you and setting the tone for everyone that's come in here to kind of fall in line?
I think culturally we've definitely built a good group. Like you said, our egos on the team are just not present. We all have the same goal. We all want the same thing, and that's to win and survive in this tournament.
Nate couldn't have said it any better.
In the center here.
Or JayhawksLand.com. For any of you guys, Coach Cooley mentioned that you guys don't normally get the opportunity to play blue blood because nobody wants to come to Dunkin' Donuts Center. Tomorrow you guys get the opportunity to do that with a lot at stake. I'm just wondering what tomorrow means for you guys and kind of how you're approaching it.
Jared, can you answer that one?
Yeah, it's a Sweet 16 tournament game, and we feel like we got a group that can go far in the tournament and make the Final Four. So we're taking this game very personal, very serious, because it's one and done at this point. So, yeah, they're a blue blood, and, it's great to play a blue blood, but, at the end of the day, you're still going out and, you got to play 40 minutes in order to advance to the next round. So it's a big opportunity for us in the program, but, we got, goals we're trying to accomplish as a team.
In the front on the left.
Nick Rojas from Providence College. This question's for AJ and Justin. You guys have been here less than a day. What's the experience being like here in Chicago for the Sweet 16?
It's really exciting to be here just because you can feel like the energy in the city. Whenever we're walking around, there's a lot of guys and a lot of people around just saying, oh, good luck to you guys, go Friars and everything. Because they know we're here to play basketball. We're here for the Sweet 16. And to be one of those 16 teams remaining, it just gives us another level, adds to it, because we know that we want to be in the Elite 8 on Sunday, and we just got to do what we got to do to get there.
Yeah, kind of like AJ said, this is kind of everything that I dreamed of as a kid, was just playing in March Madness and experiencing all of this. So, I'm just trying to take it in every moment. But, yeah, like he said, we're trying to do everything we can in advance because we don't want this to end. And we want to keep playing with each other. And we're all just having so much fun this season, so we just want to just keep it going as long as we can.
In the front.
Al again. When everyone always talks about the advantage to having a veteran team this time of year, what does that mean? Why does your team have that advantage when you have a lot of experienced older guys?
I feel like we've all, had our time in college. We've all 4 years, 5 years, even the 6th year. So, we've all had our time in college. We all experienced different things. And, we took all those experiences and brought it here to Providence, and, that's helped us a lot. It's helped us in close games, helped us keep our composure and never be routed because we've seen a lot. We've all seen different types of scenarios and different games. So I feel like that's been the key to us winning a lot of these games, us having veteran approaches and veteran experiences. So I feel like that's just, a helping for us.
On the left?
Yeah, for Nate and Jared, your coach has talked a lot about how Kansas kind of mirrors you guys, and Coach Self said the same thing about when he watches you, it looks like watching them. What are the advantages and disadvantages of that if you guys have seen it yourselves?
I haven't really watched Kansas a lot until recently, but all I know is that they're a big physical team. They match us up pretty well. They have a load inside, Dave McCormick, so that's going to be a good matchup with both of us. They have a great player, Habaji. I think that's his name. I don't know if I messed it up, but he's a really good player, but we have one of the best defensive players in the country, Justin Minaya, so I'm excited to see that matchup.
Yeah, like you said, both teams, us and Kansas, we both have a lot of similarities in the way we play and, the players that we have on the team. So, there's not going to be too many weaknesses that we can try to expose and kind of how we did in the first 2 games. But, I'm looking forward to a high-level competitive game where, it comes down to the wire and, it's a Sweet 16 game, so you gotta bring your A game or else you're gonna end up going home and the season being over, and we're trying to avoid that.
Can those similarities make it easier to prepare for them? I mean, does that help when you're going through that?
Jared, can you go again?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I feel like the similarities can help and hurt us at the same time because you kind of know what to expect, but it's basketball. Anything can happen. They could come out and play a different way than we scouted for, and vice versa. So we only can prepare for as much as we know, and we don't know exactly how they're going to go into the game and what their exact game plan is going to be. So we only can do but so much, and also focus on ourselves and what we can control when we get out there in order to win the game.
On the right, on the third row.
Maury Hirsch-Gordon, WPRI in Providence. Nate, for you, back to the culture topic. How was the culture built so quickly this summer?
Well, everybody said we're an older group, so we all know that we have to do what it is to do in order to become a great team, and that's bring the fight every day in practice, and that's what we do. We communicate very well with each other. We're very physical in practice. And that's one of the coach's mottos. He says we have to be physical. We have to, go by tough 2s, no 3s, and that's one of the things we go by in the games and in practice. We have this motto that says, us, we together, family friars, and that's what we really go by. As soon as I stepped foot on campus, I immediately thought that this was a family, and now the way that these guys have really gelled together so quickly is just a testament to how good we can be.
On the far right.
Hey, Nate, Jay Cohen, Associated Press. Kansas, through the first 2 games, I think was holding its opponents about 38% shooting, something in the neighborhood. When you look at them on film, what stands out about what they do defensively in particular?
Damn, I don't know if I can really answer that question. That was a hard question. Can you get that for me? Yeah.
I got you. Don't even worry
My
about
bad.
it. They're real physical, athletic. They want to, speed you up. They want to deny. They want to be in the passing lane. So, they try to disrupt you. They try not to let you run your things. And, so we got to be able to, come prepared to get open and not let them, stare us off what we have planned.
In the back right.
Yeah, again, for Nate. David McCormick's from Norfolk, I believe. I'm curious how well you know him, how many times you guys maybe have played together or against each other?
It's kind of crazy. He's from Norfolk, Virginia, and I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia, which is like 20 minutes away. But I've never played against him. He played with Team Loaded, I believe, while I played for DC Thunder. I think I'm a year older than him, so we just never crossed paths. But I've definitely seen him over the years. I know he went to Oak Hill for a little bit, and then I watched him play when he was a freshman behind Udoka Abuzuki. So, I'm definitely excited for this matchup. He's a big guy just like me. We match each other very similar. I think he's like 6'9", 6'10". I'm 6'9", 6'10". So, it's definitely going to be a good matchup, and I'm excited for it.
In the right on the front.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal for Al and for Justin. Take me back to your decisions, transfer to Providence. You could have gone anywhere. Could have spent your graduate year anywhere. I just wonder, what drew you in, and could you guys have seen something this special like what's unfolded this year?
Yeah, I think my time here has been more than I can even imagine. To think that we would be in the Sweet 16 when I first committed, and to reach all the accomplishments that we've done, I don't even know if I could have imagined it back in June. But I do know, like when I committed, I had a great relationship with Coach Cooley. And then when I first got on campus, all these guys like opened me with like welcome arms. Like I had no problems like fitting in with the team. Like there was no egos, there was no jealousy involved, and I kind of felt that as soon as I got on campus. And then from there, it's kind of just been all the way up, and it's been, like I said, it's been more than I could have imagined for sure.
Like Justin said, it was an easy choice for me, I would say, to come here. Coach Cooley, Coach Ivan, they recruited me. It was a great relationship I had with them. And then on top of that, I got here. These guys welcomed me with open arms. But I could say I seen us being special. I'm not even gonna lie. Once we got here and we all clicked and I seen what everybody could do, I felt like we were going to be a special group. I felt like we worked hard enough. I felt like we came together close enough. I feel like we just, gelled really well when I first got here. So I would say we were special from the first day, and I seen it.
On the right in the back.
David Lawrence, Jayhawk Radio. Justin and Jared, just talk about the Kansas offense. Is it similar to anything you faced? And then specifically, if you have Ochai Agbaji as your guard, what's the scouting report? What do you need to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of great different pieces throughout their offense. I would say Agbaji is a very great player. I would say they have a lot of great pieces. It's not just Agbaji. They have a whole bunch of guys that can beat you. It's like they're basically playing with like 4 guards. So I think offensively they're really tough to guard, but I think we'll be ready for it.
Yeah. Offensively, I say they have a lot of weapons that you got to prepare for. Of course they have an All-American, but at the same time they got other guys that are good as well. So you kind of got to prepare for multiple things, and I think transition defense is going to be one thing that we kind of have to hone in on because they're athletic and they play good defense. So for them to get out and transition in the open court, they can find shooters and get to the rim and finish and make plays. So that's going to be a strong task at hand.
That's all of our questions. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.